Close.
Close.
He wants me to stand close.
Just for the recording.
Oh. Okay. A long, long time ago, in a land far, far away, I was a copywriter in Bombay, advertising copywriter. Now, the nature of advertising being what it is, I used to get home at midnight or after midnight. And after a long day of working, going there in the morning on a crowded train with people sweating all over me, and Bombay being what it is, sometimes there'd be people who had just come from the fish market. They were taking the day's catch downtown to sell, and I needed a shower every time I got home. So when I got home, I used to notice that sometimes the soap which I had left on the sink counter was on the floor. It didn't happen all the time. It happened once in a while that the soap which I had left on the sink counter was on the floor. I knew that the windows were closed in my flat and there was no breeze that would have blown the soap on the floor. So it made me wonder if maybe the flat was haunted. Maybe this ghost had had some unfortunate experience with soap and was taking it out on my soap. This went on until I came back one day at around 11 at night. All the shops were closed. I went upstairs and then the soap had disappeared. Completely disappeared. It wasn't on the floor. It wasn't on the sink counter. And then I searched for it because it was too late to go to the store, to go to a shop and buy a new fresh set of soap. I couldn't borrow soap from my neighbors. I mean, how do you feel about borrowing soap from your neighbors? I had to make do with whatever I had, and I really needed a shower. Finally, I found that soap in a corner of the kitchen, in a dark corner of the kitchen, covered with rat droppings. I didn't have any choice. I had to use that soap. Don't judge me, Team Brillo. I rinsed it off, picked out the little rat droppings from the soap with my nails. The soap smelled a little funny, but I had a shower. Next day, I was furious. I spent a sleepless night plotting revenge. I went to the market and bought a rat trap. Now, there are two kinds of rat traps. There's one which has a spring in it, and once the rat takes the bait, this thing goes down, a metal rod comes down and snaps the rat's spine, which is cruel. There's another box trap, which there's a spring which holds open the door. Once the rat takes the cheese or the bait, its door slams shut, which I bought. And then I went back to my flat and I baited the trap. What do you think I used as bait? The soap. The soap that the rat was so fond of. And then it occurred to me I needed a backup bait. So I went to the market again, bought some bread. By the time I came back, the rat had taken the bait. And I had those little beady eyes looking up at me. And then the normal thing is my father grew up on an agricultural background. So he drowned the rat. If he caught the rat, he drowned it in a bucket of water. I didn't want to do that. Besides, I didn't have a bucket. So I decided to let the rat go. I left it outside my flat whole night. Then I woke up at 4 o'clock in the morning, walked about a mile away, and then there was the storm drain. It wasn't the monsoon, so the storm drain was empty. It was dry, but there was lots of dried leaves in it. And I opened the trap, and the rat, I just heard a rustle of leaves. And that was the last I heard of the rat. But it made me wonder, why did the rat keep taking my soap? Was the rat repulsed by the smell of its poop? Did the rat want to wash the soap, wash the poop? Or was it the other way around? Did the rat want to nullify the strong smell of perfume of the soap with its poop. I don't know. Or maybe that rat had affection for me and it wanted to be as close to me, an object that I put next to my body. Since then, I've always been trying to find a woman who would take my soap and roll it with her crap. I'm still alone. I haven't found that. Thank you very much.